Okay, I think we are live. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. Okay, if we're not, we'll figure it out. There we are live. Okay, I must have hit the wrong button. Okay, so we're going to go back to the big hearts and little hearts. So I'm going to repeat this because my Facebook Live was kicked off by a buffering. We're making CopyCat Reese peanut butter cups today. The recipe was 1 cup of peanut butter, 1/4 of a cup of salted butter, but we ended up using 7 tablespoons for this recipe because hers was not coming together. And then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 2 cups of powdered sugar. We mixed it all up. We put it on this pan. Hello, everybody. Hi, Kimba. Hi, Sherry. And we're cutting out hearts. I asked everybody on TikTok which heart I should use, the little one or the big one, and the consensus was both. So that's what we're doing. And these were supposed to go straight into the refrigerator, is what her directions said. And I said, let's see if we can just cut them and omit that part. It's one less part, and it's working. So we're just going to keep continuing. And we're going to cut big ones. Now, on her directions also, it said you should get 30. I don't know, can you guys see the hearts that I'm cutting out? It said you should get 30. And we'll see how many we get. I don't know what, again, I don't know what size cutter she used to get her 30. But if you can do a recipe and you can omit, so that's 5 big ones. We got 3 little ones, so let's do 2 more little ones. I'm going to try to keep even Steven here. If you can omit one part of a recipe, I'm all for that. I mean, why make an extra step if you don't have to, right? And she said to roll them out about 1/2 of an inch thick. I think that's what we got here. Okay, so we're caught up on that. Let's do this one here. So this little one is giving us like spaces that we can do where we're not going to waste anything, and that's wonderful. Okay, so let's go back to cutting some big ones. I'm just going to cut them and then go back and grab them with my spatula. That way and then while these are in the freezer, setting up so we can dip them, we're going to make a cheater cookie today. It was just something to do while we're on here waiting for these to get out of the freezer. And I'm sure if you've ever made cookies, you've seen recipes where people use a cake mix. So that's all we're going to do today, is use a cake mix. And by using the parchment paper, this is coming up really good. So I am going to roll out what I have here with you guys, and then I'll crumble this back up. I won't keep you guys on here doing this part. I'll just finish them later. That way I don't have you guys on here for ever and a day, because today is going to be a long video. I am sure of that. And some people don't want to sit around for a long video, but today is going to be a long video. I did choose something that takes a while to do, so. All right, let's see how many big hearts we got to little ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if we can get 3 more. We'll end up with 20 so far. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. That's 8. That's 8. Let's see. Might fit here. 9. Perfect. And maybe, let's see. Here? No. Let's see about this part. Yes, perfect. Perfect. So we got 10 large, 10 little ones. So that's 20. And she says she got 30. But I want you to look at how much I have left. I think we're going to get, I bet we could get another 5 large and another 5 small. So I would say, I don't know what size she used, but I would say we are probably going to end up with 50. Because, I mean, we have 20, or, no, not 50. Let's see. We have 10 and 10, so that's 20. We'll probably end up with 30. Or maybe more. I don't know. I'll put it on, once I get done, I will put it on my page onto how many I bought. So, I mean, we might get 30, 35, maybe 40. If I used the little one and went all little, I would get 50 for sure. Because that little cutter is small. So, but look, this is how much we have left. That's a lot. So that's a lot. So, I am just going to roll this out, and then I'm going to put this aside. And, okay, first, Jenny, stop doing what you're doing. Let's get these puppies in the freezer. So in the freezer they go. They're going to go in for 15 minutes. I'm going to leave them in the freezer for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to roll this out, and then I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to start the cheater cookie. Hold on 1 minute. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Okay, and I'm going to start my oven at 350. So that's going. Because those cookies are fast and easy. So now I'm going to flip this. See, it's starting to break apart more, so but that's all right. You just gotta work with it. So that's how much I have left. That's a lot. Hello, everybody. Hello, Divas. Hello. Hi, Uncle Buck. How are you? I see you on there. Okay, so this is how much I have left. I'll come back later and finish these. That way you guys aren't sitting on there. So I'm going to put my cookie cutters on there. And then I'm going to put this stuff away, and we're going to start the other. Okay, let me wash my hands, get the peanut butter off. Okay. While the things are in the oven, we're going to start this cheater cake mix. Cookies. So I just chose a strawberry cake mix. And then we make them out of the oven. Well, I think I'm going to put some jimmies on them and spruce them up. And then we'll just bake them. So this is real simple. You can choose whatever cake mix you want. I chose the Betty Crocker strawberry. going to put this in here. Where is my heater bar? I set it somewhere. Goodness gracious. See, that's what happens when you start getting everything ready. I laid it. Oh, here. I laid it. Okay. So we're just going to cut this open. And you're going to need, let's see what it says. A half a cup of oil. So I got that right here. And then you're going to need 2 eggs. So we're going to do that. And then I'm just going to buckle this box a little bit. And take these eggs out. You're going to bake it on 350. I have the oven set for 350. I'm going to use this box as a garbage can. And voila. Alright, so we're going to go pour this in, and I'm going to grab the eggs in the other. And then goes the eggs and the oil. My half sheet pans ready, and I think we're going to use the small scoop today. And if everybody knows me, I use my drawer as a side table so I can just go from here to here. Take this back up. I'm trying to keep my work area clean. Trying to. Okay, we're going to need that. We're going to need that. Alright, let's wipe this up. Okay. So it is all incorporated. Let me get my scooper so I can clean off your beater bar. Get all the goodness off of it. Now, it says on here to put them in powdered sugar, but I don't want to do powdered sugar. I wanted to do some jimmies, so that's what I'm going to do. I have a bowl for my jimmies, and I think, hi everybody, I think I'm just going to pour some jimmies in this bowl. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so this is your dough. It looks kind of runny, but that's what it says it's supposed to be. So, we'll see. Alright, so I'm just going to use my scooper, and I'm going to, actually we can bring this up here so you guys can see. I'm just going to, I have my parchment, and this is the smaller scoop. I basically call it the tea scoop, a tea cookie scoop. I think I'm going to go 4 across and maybe 5 down, or it could be 6. I'll see what we got. Nope, we're going to do 3 across. I'm going to do 3 across. Now in the directions for this, it said to put powdered sugar on it, but I don't want powdered sugar on it. I want them to look more festive, I guess. So we had bad weather here. I was supposed to go to the infusion center on, what is today? Today's Wednesday. I was supposed to go tomorrow, and they had to call and cancel it for Tuesday because with the winter storm that we got, they couldn't get my medicine. So when I go, 1, 2, 3, I don't know if I think I'm going to just do 4. I'm afraid it's going to stick together. I don't want to do that. So I'll just keep baking this week, and then I'll take all the girls some goodies to the infusion center. That's what we're going to do. All right. So I was going to dip those in there, but it looks too tacky to do that, so I'm just going to get my little 1/4 of a teaspoon, and I'm just going to put some sprinkles on top. That's what I'm going to do. Because I know dough, and by looking at this dough, you are not going to pick this dough up in your hand at all. Not going to happen. It's a tacky dough. So, you know, and when you start to cook, you'll be able to tell and bake. Like, I could already tell that this is not a cookie dough that you could put in your hand and dip into sprinkles. No way. So, I basically should have just poured the sprinkles out of my thing instead of doing what I'm doing. But my intentions is to put the cookie dough in my hand and then dip them. But there's no way you can do that. Okay, so we got a dozen on here. I'm going to put them in the oven. It said between 9 and 13 minutes. We're going to go with 10 and see what 10 looks like. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Second timer, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Starting now.
So while that's going, we're going to scoop out another tray. And we only have 4 minutes left on our freezer. So then these will be ready, and we'll melt the chocolate for our Reese peanut butter cups. So if you just want to do a fast, simple cookie, 2 eggs and a half a cup of wool. That's it. And a cake mix of your choosing. I chose strawberry because of Valentine's Day coming up. But now at Christmas time, I did a cheater one. I did lemon ricotta cookies, and I used a lemon cake mix and ricotta cheese, and they were excellent cookies. I got a lot of feedback on those, and I also have done a almond ricotta. I mean, you're still putting ingredients in it, so you're making a cookie, but your base is a cake mix. So the almond one, I chose a white cake mix, and I put almond flavoring in it, and the ricotta cheese. Okay guys, so by the looks of it in here, when all this is done, I will probably have another 6 to 8 cookies. So far we have 24 so far. I don't know if these ones are the type that will melt or not. I'm not sure, but there's... I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna set this one aside. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this aside. We have 1 minute and 37 seconds, so I'm gonna wipe up some stuff, and then we're gonna start melting some chocolate. Okay, and I'm gonna set her back here. Okay, so let's go back to that other recipe. Now, her recipe, she said that I wrote it out because I obviously wasn't going to stand there and look at a recipe while I'm trying to do it. But on her, she just used the melting chocolates, the milk chocolate melting chocolates. I find that if you use half of the melting chocolate and half of the chocolate chips, it melts better. So I have the milk chocolate melting chocolates in here, and then I have, hello everybody, hey Whitney and Mike, how are you guys? Hi Janice. So I used a cup of chocolate chips and a cup of the milk chocolate melting wafers, and then I'm going to put in a little bit of coconut oil. Alexa, stop. So yesterday I think we put in about 1/8 of a teaspoon. So today, because it's so much, I'm going to use 1/4. So I'm going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of coconut oil in there. And that's just going to give your chocolate a little bit of a gloss. So I'm going to put this in the microwave. We're going to stir it out for 30 seconds, and each time we're going to pull it out and stir it up, and we'll see how many times that we have to. Hello everybody. Hello Christopher. Hello April. We'll see how many times we have to microwave it, so hold on. I'm going to put this in the second half. This is my chocolate leftover from yesterday, from the chocolate covered strawberries, so we're just going to add that. Okay, so it doesn't look like it melted very much. Let me see if I can get this out of here. Ooh. It's in there good. See, it's from yesterday. I used the white chocolate. I don't want to waste this stuff. It's expensive. I do not like to waste. So all you have to do is do what I did. I mean, I should have melted it back in this bowl, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I'm going to put it all in here. And yes, there is a little bit of white chocolate in there, but trust me, it's all going to stir up. It's no big deal. Okay, back in it goes. And then we need a fork. Okay. I don't know if we should use the big one or the little one, but we'll figure it out. Hello, everybody. Hello, April. Remove your background noise. So, okay, we can do that. There we go. Remove background noise. There we go. I removed it. Okay. It's starting to melt. So that's 2 30-second intervals. So we're going to see how many times it takes to melt. I'm just going to stir it up a little bit. Like I said yesterday, I do have cups that you can melt chocolate in, but you can't see in them, and I wanted you guys to be able to see, so it clearly needs more. So, and again, it goes for another 30 seconds. So when you're using glass, your glass has to get up to temperature, and then the chocolate starts to melt really good. Hello, everybody. Hi, Wanda. Okay, that's going to beep in 7 seconds, and then I'm going to put another 15 seconds on there, but before we do that, the cookies are going to beep, so another 15 seconds. Alexa, stop. Okay, we're not done. So that was, I said 10 minutes. The recipe said 12 to 13. Let me look. Got too many recipes going on here. 9 to 12. So I put them in for 10. Alexa, give me 2 more minutes.
You have no active timers, so I'll start one.
Okay.
2 minutes, starting now.
All right. Okay. So we had 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, and then I did a 15, and I think we are good. I'm going to stir this all up. Now, if you just keep stirring, because you have milk chocolate and you have semi-chocolate in here, and with a little bit of white, just keep stirring so it's all incorporated. And if your and then we did 1/4 of a teaspoon of coconut oil. If it starts to thicken up, just put it back in the microwave for a little bit, but I think we're good. That looks pretty good. So let me grab the hearts. Okay. So there's the hearts. They've been in the freezer for, well, now 16 minutes probably. And it says just get your fork under it Well, not do that, but I did that. I'm going to put a little bit of chocolate on the top with this. And then I'm going to get my fork up under it. And I'm going to shake it, shake it, shake it. And I think I'm going to use the other fork to help get it off. I think that's what I'm going to do. Perfect. Except for, I don't like how that did that, but maybe, Alexa, stop. I didn't like that part, so we're going to fix that part. You can, oh, something's happening on my TikTok. There you guys are. Something happened. Okay, you guys don't have to be as jiggy as I am about it. I didn't like the way the fork came off, so I used my spatula to clean it up a little bit, and I think I might, oh, we gotta get our cookies out. I think I might put this back in for a little bit, because I think it's not as I want it to be. I think it's still too. See, I don't like the way that's doing that. Okay, so we'll just clean it off. Okay. Let me get my cookies. And there they are. So they look good. They look real good. I'm just going to set these here. Okay. I'm not going to finish with those. I'm going to put this back in the microwave for maybe, I'm going to do another 15 seconds. And see if, this seems a little thick to me, so I want to get it a little bit runnier. I don't like the way it's coming off. It should drip more. Because I want them to look nice. Okay. I mean, they're hardening up real quick. But I might take the little ones off and just do all the big ones and then put them back in the freezer. And then I'll get another paper for the little ones. That way there's room. I don't want to crowd them. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right. In we go. That turned out better. That turned out better. Okay. All right. Shake, 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 shake. Get those bubbles out of there. trying to see. I want to make sure everything's covered. Okay. And then maybe kind of tilt it. I'll have to take the excess chocolate off. Okay. If I can't use both to lift off, maybe that works better. Let's take these and set them here. That way I'm not dripping chocolate on them. Hello everybody. We are making CopyCat Reese peanut butter cups. And we had to make the inside, and now we're dipping in chocolate, and I think I need to have a chocolate fork to do these, but I am just doing how she said, so we're playing. We are playing and making a mess. But that's how you learn. You just make a mess. Okay. Shake, shake, shake. I'm just going to go back and pick up the chocolate. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the microwave for a minute. Well, not a minute, but probably 30 seconds. And we're going to put these in the oven for, what do we have it in? 12 minutes. Alexa, set the timer for 12 minutes.
12 minutes, starting now.
So I'm going to do these last 3 big ones, and then I'm going to put them back in the refrigerator and let them set it. This one's already setting up. And then we're going to write on them. Yes, 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 and yes. Okay. Also in her directions, she said you could go back and forth from the freezer to your chocolate with your, that's a lot of going back and forth, and I didn't want to do that. So if I was just doing them on myself, I probably would have done it the way she said, but that's a lot of back and forth to the freezer, and I didn't want to do that to you guys. I just think that's a lot. Okay. Next one. I'm getting chocolate all over my counter. But it's alright. maybe that's what I needed to do, is just kind of lift it underneath with my spatula and try to shake off as much as I can. Okay. So I'm going to put these in the freezer for just a minute, and then I'm going to go along and take off like the hard chocolate. So I'm going to put them in the freezer just for a couple seconds. And these ones are going to be for my baby ones. So we have the little baby ones. All right, let's do the teeny one. These ones are definitely easier to, they're not as big, so they're easier to get in and out of the chocolate for sure. Okay, we're getting there, guys. And then I have some sugar cookie icing from the other day when I made sugar cookies with you guys. And I'm going to get it out, and I'm going to put it in a writing bag. And we're going to write on the big hearts why these ones are in the freezer. And then our cookies should be done. I'm going to be excited to taste these. Hello, Lily. Hello. I know I'm saying hello very much, but I'm trying to concentrate on dipping these hearts. Couple more, and we're done. Well, I have more to do, but I'm not going to do it online with you guys. I'll finish them up. It'll be here all day. But I will take a picture and post it for sure. I'm just going to pop all three of these last ones in here. That's what I'm going to do. Is everybody ready for the Super Bowl this weekend? We really don't have a team in it, so I don't even know if we'll watch it. But we may not watch it, but we'll still cook food for it. There's really nobody in it that we root for, so. And we could probably still watch it and watch the commercials, you know. Those are always fun to watch, the commercials. Okay, well, we're not going to do that heart because I just broke it. But we're going to take it out of the chocolate anyhow. So we have a broken one. Okay, I broke the tip right off of it. That's all right. Okay, let's set this aside. What a mess. Set that aside. In the freezer these go. Hello everybody. So we got 10 little ones and 10 big ones, but I just broke one, so she's definitely broke, so that one's not going to count. Okay, so there they are. I'm going to lift them up and I'm going to trim the chocolate on them. I'm going to wipe my hands. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to do that because I don't want, I want to clean them up. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to use my knife. I'm going to see if I can just, yeah. I should actually have my rubber gloves on. So when you're dealing with chocolate, see how I did? I just trimmed the edges off because I didn't like the way it was overhanging. Like this one here has a little bit. I'm just going to go with my knife and trim off the excess because I want them to be almost perfect. So that's all you have to do. This one has a lot of excess, so just get down and it'll come right off. Get in there. Okay. If you do them right when they come out of the freezer, you won't get fingerprints on. But if the chocolate sits too long, you'll start getting fingerprints on. So you don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to put the chocolate back in my bowl that I cut off on some of these. I'm afraid to keep handling all. Now see, that one's not all the way set. It's stuck to the paper. So this one's all the way set. I should probably do it over here instead of getting it. And you guys don't have to do this, but I'm taking these and giving them away, so I kind of want them to look, I want them to look good. This one here I'm not going to touch because it's still wet on the bottom. So I'm not going to touch it. I'll put it back in the freezer and do it later. And this one. We're almost there. Okay. Alexa, stop. She's not going to stop. Alexa, Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. Okay, so that's the other tray of cookies. All right, so I'm going to turn these around this way. This one and this one I'm not touching because they're still tacky on the bottom, so we're not going to touch those two. And then I'm going to, here's my icing that I made the other day with you guys. I'm going to put a little bit in a bag, and I'm going to write. I forgot I had more cookies to do. Okay. I'm going to step away for a minute, guys. I'm going to pour this in. I just opened my bag that had my icing in it, and I made a bag. Get a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut a little, just a little, I think I'm just going to drizzle. I can actually do these, and then I can put them back in the freezer, and then I can okay. So this one I wrote kiss. We have love, be mine. And we'll drizzle some more. And this one, come on. And if that happens, you just have to squeeze the bottom of it because your icing just clogged up a little bit. But that's it. So there's your Reese peanut butter kiss, CopyCat kiss. Now the true test. We'll do this one. It wasn't all the way set up, so we'll do this. The true test. Got a clean cut in it. I think that's a good, it looks really good. It's creamy on the inside. It cut clean. Really good flavor. It took a while. The recipe took a while, but it has a really good flavor. Now remember, when we were doing it, we omitted the one part that she had on here. She said line your pan. How we did, we lined it. It's right here. So we lined our pan and we rolled out the dough. And then she said to put this in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. We never put it in the refrigerator. We omitted that part. Remember, I put the cookie cutter in to see if it would cut through. It did. So we don't have to do that part. So you can just go right from cutting, put these in the freezer for 15 minutes. While those are in the freezer, start melting your chocolate. Dip them in your chocolate, shake your chocolate, get all your drippings off, and then you can decorate them however you want. The little ones, I might do like sprinkles or something like that. They'll be ready to pull out, but that's what they'll look like on the inside once you're done with them, and they taste really good. So if you make them, I think you'll enjoy them. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching it, and I know it was a kind of a long one, but we did it, and it turned out good. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.